Hello, this is Kathryn Weathersby and
Roy
Roy.
Harris and
Jay Wilkes, Jason J. Wilkes. I can come back on for that part. I'm trying to get my screen set up here.
Okay, and we're live and uncut. We'd like to welcome you to our call tonight, and we're excited to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. Tonight, we're going to talk about all things iPAS2. We have a date of release. So we're all excited, and tonight we're just going to discuss it. If you have questions, please put your questions or comments in the comment stream, and we'll answer your questions as we go along. We probably will answer most of them as we go through this process tonight. So listen in. We'll have a replay for you. So we're going to get started. I want to introduce myself. I'm Kathryn Weathersby, and I am an award-winning internet strategist, social media manager, business coach, and internet strategist. And I'm also a professional network marketer for the past year and some months. I joined Empower Network in Chicago. And since that time, I have been working with a team. I have also recruited people into my business. And I'm very excited that iPAS2 is coming on because now I can help them to duplicate what I'm doing in my business. I enjoy network marketing. I really enjoy working with people. I've always worked with people. I'm a people person. And so if you're on this call tonight and if you were invited by someone, you can hit the link below and you can register for a free account before September the 4th, which is around 12 Eastern Standard Time. From what I understand, there's going to be a cutoff. So you definitely want to get going. You want to enroll and register tonight for your free account. Like I said, there's a green button below. So having said that, I'm going to give it over to Roy.
hi, welcome. I'm so happy to be here tonight. I've just been so busy. There are so many people, so many questions. It's just been almost overwhelming. Normally, people are having a nice 3-day weekend, relaxing 3-day weekend. Not me, not us. We're working every day. We're working furiously to get everything ready for this launch. It's we've only got a couple of days to get everything together. And if you haven't joined yet, please join. It's totally free. There's no cost, no obligation. Get a chance to look in the back office. You know, most companies would never do this because they don't have anything to show. And but we're really very proud of what we have, and we want you to just join right now and get a chance to take a look at this. This has been my dream, my vision for 3 years almost right now. And this is something I was working with Chris Jones and Chris Campbell on 4 or 5 years ago, and then when I found the Empower Network and hooked up with David Wood and was able to help start the Empower Network, I saw that we could bring these two together and have the most powerful system on the internet that's ever been even thought of. The tools, the training, and a personal coach, it's unheard of. And so I'm so excited because, for one, I've always been very upset, and Chris has been that way. Chris Jones is this way, David Wood, because there are so many people out there that work so hard, but they just don't quite get it, and so they've never actually been able to be successful online. This will give them that opportunity now for the first time ever to pretty much guarantee their success. I mean, if they're willing to work, do what the coaches say to do, follow the training, they're being led by the hand by their coach, step by step by step. And because of that, that's why we can, I think somebody put it out there 98 or 96.8 or 98.6 or I don't know what it is. Chance of success rate, and there's no business ever. I don't care if you opened a McDonald's franchise in downtown New York City. There's no guarantee that it would succeed, but you know, it'd be a pretty high percentage too. But can you imagine what you'd have to pay for that? This is an internet franchise opportunity, and it's costing nothing right now for you to come in and take a look at it. It's like having the first McDonald's and going in and looking at everything they have available, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know, wouldn't you have liked to have had that opportunity? Well, you do have that opportunity now. Take advantage of it. Sign up for the free account. There's no obligation. Just sign up and take a look around. If you like what you see, we'd love you to have you join us. And I'm going to turn it over to Jay. Go for it.
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. You've said. You guys can hear me all right, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, I mean, you pretty much have said it all. I mean, we've been talking about this. I mean, me and you met originally in April in Seattle and talked about doing these hangouts, and you know, we thought we were close then, and we're like, okay, it's coming, and now it's built up, and you know, here it is going into September, and I mean, this thing we've actually got official dates, and it's ready to launch, and they had that big walkthrough hangout, which people can contact us so we can give them that launch hangout if they want to get this actual walkthrough and see the back office. But like you said, if you are still like just curious about it and they're still just sitting on the fence, there's no reason not to create a free account. And then if it turns out it's not for you, then you know, I don't know what else you're going to find that is for you, because this has got everything set up for you. But I mean, you have nothing to lose by setting up your free account right now, and everything to gain. So it's just unbelievable. And like you said, it's just been just really busy lately. I mean, the number of messages and contacts and things that have been coming on, and people creating their accounts. And I was going to read this testimonial. I won't mention the company that the guy is referring to, but this is a testimonial about a guy who, he sent this to me right after he got a chance to watch the launch webinar, and I followed up with him. And he's already on board and everything. He just hasn't done his upgrades yet because he wanted to see the actual system and get the dates. So this was his comment to me, and when I asked him if he caught the launch webinar, he put, "Yes, I did, and I absolutely love it. I have been in this industry for 20 years, and nothing even comes close to it. I don't think Chris can fit any more features into it, LOL." And then he mentions the company, another high-end company, sounds like Kobe Bryant, is the only other thing that's slightly close to it, but their back office is a joke compared to iPAS2. Totally hooked on it and looking forward to it. And that's just, I mean, we're getting comments like this each and every day that it's just, there's so much thought and everything that you can think of, any questions or any tweaks that need to be made or anything that, you know, any issues that could have come up, they've already went through all the trials and the testing and have made the changes, and everything you can think of that you'd want in a system without having to go get a bunch of different tools to fill in gaps, to have all that stuff into one place. They've already thought of it and got it in here. So, I mean, this is going to be the biggest thing on the internet. I mean, I know that's a big statement and everyone says that, but Roy's been doing this a long time. Have you seen anything like this?
I've never seen anything like this. This is amazing. Yeah, this is totally amazing, yes. And like you said, everything's within. Even the autoresponder has been brought inside the system. So you don't even have to go outside to access the autoresponder.
Yeah, no, the autoresponder, I mean, you know, the access to, like you said, setting up your campaigns and all that stuff is in there. You are going to have to have, you know, a separate account for that part. But the all the tools and everything, the training is all going to be right back in there. I mean, there's really nowhere else to go. The only thing you're going to have to do is set up your system, which will take literally minutes. And even if you don't want to do that, there's a setup service where you can have them set up. If you're absolutely just want to throw money at something and sit back, you can do that. You can sign up, you can get in contact with them, use the setup service, have your account, have everything set up and running, and then just buy traffic. You know, if you don't want to it's literally going to take you a few minutes to set up the account on your own if you want to do that. But if you don't want to do that, you have that, which is just something else that they thought of, because some people don't even want to do that part. So, I mean, it's really, I mean, it's exciting times. I mean, you feel the same way, Kathryn?
Well, sure. What I like about it is when he explained the launch plan, he talked about a buyer's list, versus, your other non-buyers list. So, you're not sending your offer out over and over and over again to the same people. So, your buyers have already purchased something from you, and so you don't want to bombard them with the same messages that you're sending to the list that has not purchased. So I really like the way that he's separating the two so that, you're better able to send targeted messages to each group. And then when it comes to other offers, if you are, if you are in another affiliate program, you're able to offer your buyers other offers. You're able to offer them coaching or other things that coincide with what they're looking for versus what people who have already, haven't made the decision yet, what they're looking for. So you got two separate entities, and you know how to market to each. And so I really like it that it's not, over duplication where you're sending the same messages to the same people over and over again. In fact, if they're already your customer, they've already raised their hand and said, yes, I want this system. And so it puts you in a better position. You look more professional because you are going forward with other things for the buyers, and you're giving them advanced training. You're offering them products that will coincide, other tools. So I really like the way that they've set it up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, and like you're talking about, that list, that part is automatically done for it. We don't have to waste time sitting here going through our autoresponder and looking to see, who's already purchased, and then separate them out and put them into a segmented list. That's all going to be done automatically through you. Like, it's a big time saver. And like you said, you can specifically target that audience with your coaching services, or if you're doing, a separate hangout for only your people that you have purchased. And there's a lot of things that you can leverage, contacting just your buyers, as opposed to people who on the other side haven't even made a decision yet to do buy something for $7. It's just, and the thing is, that's in that the different tripwires and things that they're going to have in there, and have multiple different offers so they can see which ones are converting highest, and they're going to automatically be switching that out. I mean, it's just amazing to know that you're always going to have the offers that are the highest converting. It's not going to be a situation where it's only one video option, 15,000 people are sending it out, and then all of a sudden it's saturated in a couple of days. I mean, they're going to keep stuff fresh and have stuff on constant rotation. It's just, it's amazing, and I know it doesn't sound like much, a $7 purchase, but I mean, it does. It's just, once somebody actually pulls out their credit card and makes a purchase, whether it's $7 or $20 or whatever it is, it's just a different mindset. They've already made that first purchase, and then they see the next offer, and the next offer is not that much more, 47 or whatever. I mean, a lot of people are just like, let's just go with it, and then they're in there. A lot of times you'll get those people who just go. When I first got in this business, that's the way I was. I found an ad, and then the person who was actually ended up being my sponsor contacted me the next day, and they were like, I've never had somebody who just came in and automatically, and she was new at the time. She's like, I never had anybody came in and just went through everything and just followed the steps and just bought everything. And I was like, yeah, I mean, the videos told me what to do. I just did it. I knew I was committed, and this is what I wanted to do. And I've done it with going online into a business. I've done it with different tools and products that I've bought. They always start you off with something where the JV products that come out, it's always a real low, and you're going to get upsell a couple times on the back end, and most of the times I can ignore that, but have been a couple times where I'm like, I've already spent $7 or $27. What's another $30 or something like that, and I've went up to $100 on products from JV Zoo before. So, I mean, from personal experience, I know that there's people out there who go and get, and I'm not like rare. There's a lot of people who do that, but once they pull out their credit card, we hear Dave Wood talk about it all the time, the psychology behind it. I mean, once people start going into a buying mode, it's just a different mentality, and if you get the right people who are committed to starting a business and they know that this is their time, you've caught them at the right moment, and this is it, they're going for it, you're going to have a lot of people that just automatically go through the system, and we can't guarantee anything, but they're going to just be automated and go through, and before you know it, they're talking to your coach, and your coach is getting them into the the higher packages, and you're seeing some serious income being created. And it's as close to getting everything automated for you and doing a lot of the work for you without that's ever existed. And it's like I said, with the coaches, it's almost like you started your own business or you started your own franchise, and you also hired your first employee. Because, although your coach is not necessarily your employee, they've got bonuses and different things that they're getting on their back end for how good of a job that they're doing as far as getting people to upgrade and get further along into the system. So they are technically working for you, and it's just going to be amazing. We're going to see in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see numbers automated that have just never been seen before online. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roy?
Yeah. Now, at this point, I think we need to put in some income disclaimers that, they're going to be a lot of money made, but we can't guarantee anything. And also, we need to, because the regulations that this is not just a put money in the system and let it run. We can't promote that that's what it will do. If that's how somebody operates it, we don't have any control over that. But we do need to be careful about promoting it as a system that you can just put money in and money comes out. So I just wanted to clarify those. And for those who are on here for the first time, I just want to kind of go through what iPAS is, because we start talking about it and then we don't really, people like, what are they talking about? I have no idea what's going on. So let's take an example of somebody who just wants to make some money online. And so what do? They go in and they'll search, or there'll be plenty of people out there with websites and capture pages that will get them. But they'll go out there and they'll start searching for work at home jobs. And so they happen to come along to the iPAS system. And so we say, hey, we've got this great system that will just take you by the hand and show you step by step what you have to do. And for that, we're going to, it's only $7 to try it out for 7 days. And if you like what you see, then it's just $47 a month. So that's what they're going to get. And we can do that, just as Jay said, because of the fact that we have, it's like the analogy I made with the McDonald's. If you could walk through, McDonald's before you purchased it and said, you get it, we want you to try this out for 7 days and see how you like it. And so you just get to walk in, it's turnkey, everything's there set up, all organized, it's all simple to get to, and you can just go step by step through the process. And better than what McDonald's has, we actually have a coach right there that will hold your hand. They have an 800 number, I think, if you have a problem with or a question they have. So we actually, you can chat with them online. You can, you can set up an appointment, talk to them on the phone. However it works out best for you to interface with that coach, because that coach is there to make sure you're successful in your business. Now, as a business owner, someone who already owns the iPAS system, is already a black member, which is the highest level, then what that does for them is it allows them to have freedom, true time freedom, because you're not spending all your time searching for people. You're not spending all your time training people. You're not having to worry about retention, people dropping off the, on the back end of your company or your business, because they have a system that they're walking into. They're not likely to want to leave, especially with the coach is helping them make their first few dollars. And once people start making money and they make more money than they're putting out, they have no reason to leave. It would be kind of silly for them to leave. So it takes care of those three things as a business owner, that that it takes so much of your time trying to find new people, training them, Well, selling them, for one thing, I mean, this does the selling and telling for you. And then, training them and then having a personal coach, so you don't have to hold their hand. You don't get a call at 4 o'clock in the morning because they forget that you're living in Hawaii and they live in New York, and they call you up at 4 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, I can't log in. Believe me, I've had people do that, and I'm only on the West Coast. It was 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. But you don't have to worry about that because, hey, they've got a coach. They've got somebody there that, it's like, hey, how do I get logged in here? If they're having a problem. But they don't have those problems because they're being stepped through the process, step by step by step by step. So it's, anyway, for those people who are new, and I just want to kind of do an overview before we get really deep into all the other aspects of iPAS. But we are excited. You can tell we're excited. And once you join us, you'll be excited too, believe me.
Well, it's like this. What would I tell someone who was new to internet marketing and didn't know anything about it, never had experience with traffic, never had experience with selling products that are digital, maybe an entrepreneur but in a bricks and mortar business? I would say that you have a wonderful opportunity before you to get involved and to learn online marketing as you use the system. So whereas Jay and I came in and it was like cold turkey, we had to sit down and we had to learn, traffic sources and different aspects of this. With iPAS2, while you learn, it's like learning on the job because you actually can use the system. You can plug into the system with traffic and go through the process as you learn. So it is, to me, more attractive because of this iPAS2 system, which is a franchise-style business model for an online marketer. So you're taking something that is fully developed and you're plugging into it. So that's what I like about it. When I came in, it was total chaos because everything was in pieces, and even with the training and sometimes advanced training, if you're new to it, it can be a daunting task to put everything in order, to know what to do, how to be productive. I'm reading the book, The 80-20 Rule of Sales and Marketing by Perry Marshall. Excellent book. Pick up a copy. The book was a penny, and then you paid for the shipping, which was like $6.99. And it is definitely about working less and making more. And it's a good read, and it tells you about production and being productive in your business. A lot of times what I like about the iPAS2 is in the back office or the dashboard, it's going to show us what marketing tactics we should utilize, because it's going to show us what's working. So if video marketing is working for you versus doing some other activities, it helps you with organizing your day, organizing your work time, your actually production time, your income producing activities, because it's going to tell you this is what is attracting these conversions to your business. And so in understanding what's converting, you'll be able to put your energies in that direction. Now, I've heard, I like this, I like that. I like that element. I like knowing exactly what's working for my business so that I'm not wasting my day doing blogging, maybe 2 hours a day, and doing video marketing 1 day a week. When video marketing is what's getting me the most conversions. So now it takes the mystery out of it. I'm being productive because now I understand what's converting for me and my business, my persona, my branding, whatever I'm using. I now understand what area to focus on and how to use that to benefit my business. So It's a lot to it. I like the calculator. I like everything about it. But to know how my marketing techniques are benefiting my business is most attractive to me. And
It's amazing too that 80-20 rule, how often that comes into play. The 80-20 is called the Pareto principle, and it's amazing. Like when you look at it through all kinds of, you'll look at charts and different things in all kinds of different businesses, online, offline, and just different activities. And it's amazing to see. You'll see that 80% of your activity or 80% of your sales. I'm sorry. The top, say 20% of your company gets 80% of your, 20% of your sales force gets 80% of your sales, or, you're getting 80% of your sales from only 20%, your marketing. So you can see like where, like you said, by having this traffic that you can implement and keep track of and see exactly what's working for you. You'll know where you need to focus your efforts. And then also I like the way that they have the system, like you were talking about when we came in the beginning, and I mentioned earlier how that sponsor originally called me and said, "Oh, it was amazing how you did all this," and then that was the last time I ever heard from them, and they're long gone now. And the thing is like people come in, and a lot of times they try to do too much and they want to figure it all out in one day. And with all the products and different trainings, things that we have here, I mean, there's no way you could do it in one day. I mean, you'd be hard pressed probably to get through it all thoroughly in 1 month if you wanted to go through it thoroughly and make sure that you're taking proper notes and then implementing the techniques and seeing what's working. What I like about the way they have the system set up is how people have to go through steps. They can't just jump around, say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this video 1, and then I'm not gonna watch video 3 and 4, and I'm just gonna go right to 5 and move on to the next step." Well, it doesn't work like that. Those are actually locked out until people go through those complete steps, so they don't get too overwhelmed too fast. Because if you get too overwhelmed too fast, I mean, a lot of times you're like, "What did I get myself into?" And then Roy mentioned a month or so ago on some of these hangouts about people that buy these products and buy a bunch of DVDs, and they sit there and then they never go through them because it's just too overwhelming, and then they never get used. And we don't want anybody to be in that situation here. You don't want to be just overloaded. You got to go through those steps. That these aren't just people who are just rookies to the business. I mean, there's several multi-million-dollar earners who are behind setting up this system that have already went through all the steps. They know where new people are going to struggle, and they've set it up in a way that they don't get that overloaded, that information overload. Because you can get, with these products and this system and everything, I mean, you can definitely get some information overload if you try to go through everything fast.
Right.
I watch products now. I'll go back through products now, and I'm like, man, how did I miss that? How would I miss that? And it's just because I watched them, and you go through every time I go back through something, I catch something new.
Yeah, we all do. We only capture about 10% of what we hear, and so that's really a tough way to learn. It's actually doing. That's why we recommend. But the reason 90% of the people fail is because of those two reasons. You either have the procrastinator who never does anything, or you have the person that's just overwhelmed and doesn't do anything because they don't know where to start. And with the iPAS system, taking them each baby step across, you got to do video 1, then video 2, video 3, video 4, and you don't just watch them. They're a process of watch video 1, do, watch video 2, do, because you get you gain. Whereas if you just listen to something like Jay said, you don't actually capture everything. You only capture about 10%, I think is what they say. But if you actually do, then you capture 80%, and so you've captured all of it. So that's why it's very important that each step is not, okay, I'm just going to watch all these videos and then we're just going to, because then you end up not doing it or not doing it correctly. We want to make sure everybody does it correctly, everybody's successful, and we're doing everything in our power to make this so it's idiot-proof. Maybe not idiot-proof, but it's foolproof for people who just they say, I just have a hard time grasping. I've never been successful online. I just can't seem to get it. Well, we're doing everything here by stepping these stepping stones, by having a coach to help you. You've got your sponsor that will be there. Every step of the way, you're going to get help, and you're going to learn. You're going to do. You're going to learn. You're going to do. You're going to learn. You're going to do. And we can almost guarantee, of course we can't, we're not allowed to guarantee, but we can almost guarantee that you will be, for the first time in your life, in your career, you will now be able to be successful online. So this is for all those people out there, I love you, that have worked so hard. You now have your opportunity. Your time is here. Your time is now. You need to jump on this as quickly as you can.
Exactly. And another thing, let's talk about another aspect of iPAS2. Let's talk about the calculator. Now, I understand that you can tell the calculator how much you want to make in that month. So let's say you want to make $10,000. It will instruct you as to what you need to do to make that kind of money. So how much you need to invest in traffic, et cetera, et cetera. And so that is very important, especially for someone who's new. Income disclaimer or disclosure, I must say, but it instructs you on how to go about making the dollar amount that you place in that calculator. Roy, you want to expound on that?
Right. This is all based on what you were talking about before. Where you can go in and you can see exactly everything that you're doing and what is working and what's not working, what's working better than what's working. So the calculator actually ties into that and says, okay, you've got Facebook ads going, you've got PPC ads, you're doing some of this, and then you're doing some solo ads, and then you're going and purchasing ads through the co-op, and this is your percentages. And so based on that and the percentages that you're getting, so it's not just pie in the sky stuff. It's taking it from what you actually are getting right now and saying, okay, if you want to get to the next level, then you need to put more into the Facebook ads, or you need to put more here, and it tells you exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, how much you need to do. It's very detailed, and like I said, it's hard to fail. It would be hard to fail with this if you actually just use the system. If you're doing anything at all, you'll have all the tools there to tell you. If you want to make $20,000 a month, then you put in $20,000, and it goes back through and it says, okay, this is what you've been doing up to this point, and you're going to need to do more of this, and this. Maybe get rid of that, and you should know that anyway. I mean, by looking at it, but the calculator will tell you that too. It's like, well, that's not working, and so it's such a cool tool. But it's interesting that that we actually are the first ones to ever have a calculator like this on live on our site here, because if you worked for most companies and you actually saw what you'd have to do to make $10,000, you would just be giving up right off. So because unfortunately they don't pay as well. You will never make as much money as you can in this system with this business. Income disclaimer, you can't guarantee any dollar amount, but you will never make as much money in any other system as you can with this system. And the calculator will tell you exactly what you've got to do to make those numbers happen. Do you want to make $50,000 a month? It'll tell you. Have you ever even considered making $50,000 a month? It's almost mind-boggling for a lot of people to even think that. $10,000 seems like mind-boggling to some people, but other people, like, oh, 50,000, 100,000, and they're, it's no big deal. Actually, once you start making money, you find it so much easier to make more money. There really is, because all you got to do is just, and the calculator will show you this, just do more of what you're already doing. That's all you have.
Right. I always hear David Wood say, you know, once you get over the hurdle of 10,000 a month,
Yeah.
it just starts rolling from there. And he always talks about that. You know, he says once you get to that $10,000 mark a month, then he says it's like it doesn't slow down, it speeds up.
So yeah, it really does.
Yeah. So you know.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was going to say, I mean, that's it. I mean, like you said, he always talks about that, getting that from that 0 to 10,000 is the hardest, and Roy's talking about the calculator, and we're going to have all the tools for you to see, like, you'll be able, and even what you were talking about earlier, Kathryn, I mean, you'll be able to see what's working, what's converting at what, you'll be able to do that all in one place, and then you'll be able to play with that calculator and see what's possible. I mean, just, it's going to stretch your imagination, and you can see that, you know, when you know when you know without having to sit down with your own calculator and try and figure everything out in your head, when you actually see it, you can put a number in one place and have it all automatically calculated for you, and you can see, oh, if I wanted to go from 10,000 to 20,000, oh, I only have to, you know, increase my, you know, spending, you know, utilizing this strategy here. It's just you can see it, you can actually just visualize it a lot faster without having to be, you know, a math genius or sitting here and trying to figure out what exactly is working, figure out the percentages, and have it all, you know, just have it all. Like I said, it's just amazing to have it all in one place for you, and then just showing you where and how fast you can scale up. It's just, it's an incredible setup.
It is. Roy, I have to do some housekeeping real quick. So, would you take over for 1 minute?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay.
Okay. So just to kind of reiterate, what we're talking about tonight is the launch of the new iPAS2 system. It's essentially going to be a pre-launch on September 4th. So all those people who have for the last several months been putting in and getting their iPAS Live, iPAS2 freelive.com, iPAS2 free live free
iPAS2free.com.
Whatever it is. Once they do that, they can actually get in, and then it'll be open to the public on September 8th. Oh my gosh! Okay.
But the thing is that people need to.
Tongue twisted.
Oh, okay.
But those upsells and things that are in there right now, or that are going to be in there for the public, the 47 and the 97, you know, those product upsells and the $7 tripwire, all these people that are creating their free accounts right now and create them prior to the 4th, all the people that create those accounts are going to get those tools, you know, for free. So it's still something that's going to be, and you're also going to get your month of to use the system free for a month also before you have to pay your monthly for all the people that are getting in now in the pre-launch.
Right.
So there's a lot of benefits. Like I said, even if you're just thinking about it, there's a lot of benefits to just going in there and throwing in your email. Right now, if you're just, you know, on the fence as far as that, but if you know that this is for you, then there's a button below where you can just go ahead and get started now, and I think the button will get you in at the pro level. I don't know if we're going to go in over the levels again, but the button below brings them in at the pro level, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The button below, yes, and the button below really is for them to, this week, is to get the free account.
Yeah, just a free account.
Since that's something that we're pushing this week, Jay, we changed it out to the register for the free accounts.
Okay. Well, yeah, then click on the button below and at least set up your free account and get access to those bonuses that we're only talking now less than a week. People are going to start paying $150 for. So.
Yep.
And people are going to pay it. I mean, people are going to pay it left and right. So.
Oh yeah, people will see the value of this. I truly believe it won't take much, because I've been talking to people that have just seen ads, and so I'm taking phone calls. So I'm putting my 800 number out there, and I'm taking phone calls, and so I'm getting calls from people who are like, "What is this?" and there's a lot of excitement going on. I've called people that in Taiwan, Hawaii, Texas, Kentucky, and I'm talking about leaders, leaders of that have downlines, 10,000 in their downline, and they're saying, you know, this I'm hearing some, you know, inklings about this. Tell me what it's about, and so believe me, if you get the word out, you're going to have a lot. Like I said, the last few days, I've been inundated. I've been on the phone just almost constantly. I'm putting together some webinars and some trainings and stuff to send out to people. Doing some ads. It just, and our team is really gonna crank it up. So I am excited, but I'm just tired. I haven't, for a long weekend, I haven't had any sleep. So that's why I seem a little bit whoopee. It's not because of anything I've been smoking, or because it is legal here, by the way, in Seattle. But it's not because of anything like that. I just have not slept for about 4 days. So, and I don't see that I'm going to get to sleep for the next 5 or 6 days. So
wow,
it's going to be insane. So I take 5-minute naps and then the phone rings. You know, it's like, oh man.
Wow.
And the only time I can get any work done to do any videos is at night, because I can't, you know, the phone keeps ringing.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, what are people most excited about? What aspect of iPAS2 is really exciting them about online marketing and internet?
Yeah, the automation is really, because there's never been anything like this out there. I mean, there are lead getting systems there, and then you tie it into your autoresponders and you know, and they'll do some of that stuff for you, but nothing where they have a system to step into, that we bring them in, we sell them, and then we turn them onto a system, and then the coaches are real. It's like, wow, nobody's got coaches. How much is this going to cost? And I tell them, and they say, so no matter how many people I've got, I never have to pay more than that? I said, not as a founding member. I said, you want to get in early, because that price could go up, very likely will go up. And
Okay.
oh my gosh, you know, because if I bring in 200 people, you know, that's, you know, they're not paying anything essentially for their coaching.
Exactly.
So, and these kind of people, a lot of people out there have got a lot of people, and they're just like, wow, I could just turn them all onto this. And they're tired of making tiny commissions. You know, you have a downline of 1,000 people, and you're making $400 or $500 a month, or $600 or $800 a month, whatever, and you're spending a lot of that on auto ship, and you're holding people's hands, and the fact that we have that system in place where they don't have to do that, that is that's the main turn on. They actually are going to have some time freedom. The thing that people got into business for in the first place, time freedom, is, and then you get into it and you find out there's no time freedom. You know, like right now, I'm working my tail off, but in a month from now, I mean, this thing's just going to be settled. I'm going to have, you know, the downlines are going to be in, and everything, and everything's just going to be more on autopilot. I'm going to be gone.
Exactly.
But, you know, it's this launch thing. It's just like, oh my gosh, you know, it's going to be crazy. But other people, you know, they do that every day after day. I've got a guy who's got quite a downline in, and I won't mention the company, but he's like, yeah, I just got 3 people in this week, and he does everything belly to belly. You know, he has to meet, he has to talk, he has to show him the product, all this, and it's a good way to go. But I said, okay, well, I brought in 3 people yesterday. Yesterday, and I got $6,000. By the way, how much did you make on your 3 people that you brought in this week? And he just, well, okay.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like, Yeah, there's just no comparison. There really is no comparison out there, and that's what is exciting them. There's nothing else like this, and there's no comparison on any in any market out there. And if they want to grow their existing company, that's perfectly fine with me. They can use this, and they can build up their existing company, or they can just use this as another alternate income stream that will actually make way more money than what their existing company is doing. But either way, I'm happy because I just want to help people. That's all I want to be able to do. And if it makes them happy to build their vitamin company, I'm all for it. They want to build their juice company, I'm all for it. You know, but there's also, I've got doctors and dentists, and on the other hand, and they don't want to have to do they don't want to have to do all that work all the time. They want to be able to just let it run and make an extra income stream. So there's all the gamuts there. You know, people have nothing that want something. There are people who've got, you know, downlines already, and then there are people who just are business people or you know, doctors, professionals that just don't have the time to do any business on the side, and they just want to turn this on. So I've got the whole gamut, and they all love it. I haven't found anybody who wasn't excited about this.
That's great. Well, if anyone is attending tonight and you were invited by anyone on the panel or someone else inside of iPAS2, we encourage you to go below and click on the green button and create your account if you haven't done so that you can be a part of the release of iPAS2 coming on September the 8th. But the deadline for you to register is Thursday, September the 4th. And I understand that it's going to be a 12 noon cutoff. Don't know yet what time zone, possibly Eastern. So you want to be sure that you don't wait and you don't have that issue. Go ahead tonight and register for your account. Also, during the launch plan webinar, we found out that GetResponse is the email autoresponder that is the official autoresponder for iPAS2. There is a GetResponse banner below the green button if you have not yet got your GetResponse autoresponder. Also, I will be doing training on Thursday at 8 Eastern Standard Time on GetResponse. Contact me at KathrynWeathersby.com so that you can get in that training webinar. There is a cost, so contact me at KathrynWeathersby.com and I will give you more information. The training is this coming Thursday, which is September 4th, the same day of the deadline, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that you can get up to speed on GetResponse. I have been using GetResponse ever since I got in because that's what my sponsor recommended. That was his preferred autoresponder. So I had both, and I still do. And I'm going to cancel AWeber. I've been with AWeber for years. That's 08 or 09. I'm going to cancel it tomorrow, because we're no longer going to have a need for it. So if you're using AWeber, and a lot of people in the group seem to be confused. They're saying that they're setting up AWeber. AWeber is no longer a part of iPAS2. It is now GetResponse. Right. So if you're using AWeber, you need to make that transition now so that you can get in on the training on Thursday and be ready for the launch on the 8th.
I have a question, since I haven't seen a question. Because I have been using AWeber forever. I've never used GetResponse. Will GetResponse allow me to just transfer all my list? You know, because I've got, you know, a couple of lists that's just got 10,000 people in them, and I sure don't want to try to move those over manually. So they will allow me to move all my AWeber list over into GetResponse?
Yes, you have to export it. I exported my list today. Once you export your list in AWeber, it will email you whatever email that you're currently using for your account. Once those names are sent to you in the email and exported, then you can import those names into get response. Now,
So they
10,000,
let you do that. Cool.
that's a lot. 10,000 is a lot, but if that's what you have, I probably would break that up as far as the CSV file, and I would probably do X amount at a time. But you can manually, or you can upload it, automatically from your pre-existing list. So you have to export from Aweber and then import into GetResponse.
Okay. As long as they'll let me do that. Otherwise, I was going to run both of them. But it's be so much simpler to have everybody on one. Yes.
Right. Well, if you want to, if you want a coaching session, I'm open to that, and I'll show you how to do it. I had a client 2 weeks ago. She had a list of 10,000 people,
Yeah.
and I think she uploaded it to Aweber. Well, guess what?
They don't like that.
Gonna have to start from scratch, and we're gonna have to, do it again. I mean, because I'm sure she did it over a period of days, and now it's no good. So if you are interested in getting your Get Response, you haven't done so, click the banner below. Like I said, Thursday, message me. You can go to my contact form, and I will make you aware of. I know it's going to be 8, but you can sign up at the contact form.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Hey, and another thing we might recommend to people that it'll be a frenzy on September 4th, and what I'm recommending to a lot of the leaders that I'm talking to now is don't wait till September 4th, because you might lose some pass ups. So I would recommend you go over to Empower Network and sign up with all the core products, and then transfer your API key and tie the iPAS to the Empower Network, and that way you're in. And so when your people start signing up, you're not going to miss anything, and they'll have your link directly to sign up with, and so they won't get confused and end up signing up under somebody else or something else. And it could be a mess. So I would recommend to anybody out there who's a leader, and this is what I'm doing for mine. This is how come, like I said, I signed up 3 yesterday that I said this is what I'm recommending you do, and they said okay, if that's what you think we should do, and not wait. I said yes, I do, and they saw the logic in it, and so they just signed up. So
that's great, and what you're saying is important now. A lot of people are going to wait till the last minute, and they have huge lists to import.
Yeah.
And export. That is not the time to start rushing in and trying to get this thing figured out. Now, the coaches are there for you, but when it comes to extenuating circumstances like having a huge list and creating other new lists, I don't know how much of that is going to be a part of what they're going to do. So that's why I'm encouraging people that need outside coaching to contact me, because every circumstance is different.
It is. So yeah, everybody contact Kathryn. Quit calling me.
And if you know anybody who doesn't know what to do, or they're coming in and they're fresh and they don't know anything about autoresponders, that's what we're going to go over. We're going to go over creating a broadcast. A lot of people don't know how to do that. You're going to have to put your campaign code in. You're going to have to Mike Hobbs told us a while back about creating a welcome video.
Yeah.
I think that's important when you're coming into a business, is that you put your personal persona out there.
Yeah.
And so creating a video is something that I've been talking to several people about, is, when people come in on your thank you page, at least introduce yourself and tell people who you are. And this is for people that are already in iPAS2. I would put a welcome video there so that when they receive their confirmation or their thank you, that they understand who you are, that you are their sponsor, team leader, and that they know what to expect from you as far as, receiving emails, whether they come in or whatever. Now, Roy, can you explain a little bit more about the email that will be off of the trial? So when they come in, there's going to be a position available for autoresponder. And And the way Chris explained it is after they purchase the trial, they will at some point go into an autoresponder as part of the first step.
Right, and I don't really have much more than that. Is that how that process is going to operate? I'm hoping that Chris is going to come out with a video this week and give us a little more information on that, because a lot of this is just all happened really in the last week or so, and and I think they're still doing some tweaking, and so I'm fully expecting Chris to come out Tuesday, which would be tomorrow now, maybe Wednesday. So, but certainly before the 4th, and give us some more detail on specifically what's going to happen and what we need to do and how we need to do it. And this is why I'm like I said, I'm recommending to my people, just go over to Empower, get all signed up, and then you don't and go ahead and click on Kathryn's link, get your response, and get that set up. Have everything set up already. Be an iPAS Black member, and then you're not worrying about, oh, what am I doing? Getting in. Going from free to whatever level you want to go to, getting in through the steps. You already have that taken care of, and then you can start walking through, and because all of us will have to go through the whole process, but you won't have to worry about did you get everything set up right? You all already have everything set up, and then you can help your people. Help walk them through it too. But I really expect that Chris will have another video out on Wednesday that will take us through that step-by-step process of what we're going to expect, how to walk into it, because there's going to be like 1 million people going to hit that on the 4th, and I don't know how many people are already pre-signed up right now. It's in the hundreds of thousands, and so if all those people come in at the same time on noon and hit that, we'll find out how good the system really is at that point.
Stress test, right?
We're going to stress test it major, and I do expect to see some problems, because I don't know of any system out there. I've got an MCSE, which means Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer. I have set up networks and systems before. I don't know too many systems can handle over 100,000 people hitting it at one time. It just you just can't really do that, and so there's going to be some glitches. Nothing wrong with the system. It's just that you can't have that much traffic into one place at one time. It's just not physically possible in this day and age. Maybe 20 years from now, it would be no big deal, but there is just certain, it's just like a water hose, and you're trying to get a fire hose full of people through it, and it's just physically not possible. So do everything ahead of time that you can, and don't wait to the last minute, and you don't want to miss any pass-up sales either, because somebody might sign up with somebody else, and it's like, oh, I didn't know you were in this, and just go over and sign up with them, and you think you've got them tied into you. Well, if they're pre-registered, then you do have them tied to you, but don't wait to the last minute, and I'm sure Chris will give us some more step-by-step knowledge on Wednesday. So
looking forward to it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Jay, do you have anything to add before we sign off?
Nope, that's my last thing. I was just going to say, I know we haven't done one of these on a Monday in a long time, but I'm getting ready to jump on that call. But this is my thing. Just get in, go up to Black.
That's right.
Get started. I mean, we've been talking about it now for months and months. And
we're talking about having a TV channel on the iPAS.
So, yeah. So that's it. I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, I can't sit here and convince people and spend a lot of time and energy wasting on telling people to create a free account, because it's free. I mean, I mean, there's nothing else. I'm not going to pay you to join, so it's free.
I'll
Get
pay
in
you.
there.
I'll pay you. No.
All right. Well, Roy will pay you, I guess. But
Or
but
Roy will give you a car. He'll give you an Audi.
Yeah, that's right. I'll give you an Audi. Actually, I'm going to give people a Mercedes, but that's a whole other thing that we're working on the side.
I can use my radio station techniques. When I used to work at the radio station, you say it real quick, but we'll give you a Toyota, and then or the $100,000, and it would be the candy bar, or it'd be a little Toyota figurine.
That's right.
You create a frenzy and be like, everyone that calls right now, we're gonna give you a free Toyota. And then you start calling like crazy, or $100,000, and it's a candy bar, stuff like that. I mean,
that's right.
But no, I mean it's free. Just get your free account, go through, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. But if it's not for you, and then you want to be in this industry, I don't know. I mean, we've all been and tried different things and tested a lot of different things, and there's nothing else that's out there that's like this, and there's nothing else that's going to come around that's going to top it. So just get signed up, go in, get your products, get set up to the level you're going to be at. You're going to get a huge discount to go up to the black level. I mean, these are products that we paid over $5,000 each for. Roy paid $5,000 for the product, and he also paid another $5,000 to be at one of the product when it was recorded.
That's right.
So he paid like $10,000. You're going to get a 40% discount, to go up to that black level. So I mean, it's just crazy the amount of discount that you're going to get. So there's nothing stopping you except yourself. So it's just join. I mean, that's all there is to it. That's all I had to say.
Yep.
All right. Well, that wraps it up. Roy, you have anything to add?
No, just sign up. Do it. Do it now, and you will be very happy. Believe me, in 30 days from now that you've done it.
I agree. My website is KathrynWeathersby.com. So we thank you for joining us tonight. Go to the green button below. Click whoever invited you. Get back to them. Get started tonight. Register for your free account. Thank you for attending, and we look forward to seeing you real soon. Good night.
Good night.